the chairman of the Uganda Chamber of Mines and Petroleum, Humphrey Asiimwe, so you can be rest assured a lot of information is going to be coming out. Thank you for making it.
Thank you.
I'm also joined by Innocent Katungi, a supply and commercial manager at Lake Victoria Logistics. Many thanks for making it.
Thank you.
Let's begin with Chairman. What's the latest update? I know there's a few trucks that are at the Serena parking lot, and we see a lot of banners, and the who is who in the oil and gas industry is here with us. What's happening?
All right, thank you, and good morning to our viewers. First of all, just correction so that we have everything in line.
Thank you very much.
My name is Humphrey Asiimwe, and I'm the Chief Executive of Uganda Chamber of Mines and Petroleum. I have the chairman is somebody else, so I don't want to. I want us to be clear on who does what.
Yeah.
So the Uganda Chamber of Mines and Petroleum annually organizes what you rightly called the Oil and Gas Indaba, or the annual Oil and Gas Convention, and this is the 9th that we are hosting.
What?
This is the 9th. So it's been running actually 10 years, because last year we did the East African Petroleum, EAPC, East African Petroleum Conference and Exhibition. So we missed last year. Basically what we are doing in these conferences is letting Ugandans know what is happening in the sector. Okay. Giving Ugandans an opportunity, one, to know any updates in the sector. Secondly, any opportunities that they can be able to partake of. Because our desire is, of the $20 billion that is being invested in this phase of oil and gas development in Uganda, 40% should be taken up by Ugandans.
That's
and that is local content. Yes. We want that our economy, our companies, our Ugandans are at a better place because of oil and gas. And so that is what we are doing. And this year we have a number of exhibitors, we have a number of discussions taking place, especially around the fact that in COP28 last year in Dubai, Uganda launched an energy transition strategy to move Uganda from fossil fuels gradually towards cleaner sources of energy. And how that plays out in face of Uganda working towards fast oil. And basically what we are saying is, as a country, we are committed, yes, to moving to cleaner sources of energy, but in the process, we shall exploit our oil and gas resources, and we'll do it responsibly. We will take care of the environment, we'll take care of the climate, and we'll take care of the people. So that is what it is all about, that is being discussed these 2 days, yesterday and today as well. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. That pretty much gives us an idea of exactly where we are. But allow me to stay with you shortly before I come to Mr. Innocent Katungi. You've spoken about the fact that this meeting has been held for 9-10 years.
Yes.
Of course, the exception where it was missed last year, and instead it was the East African exhibition. Over those years, take us through what action points have been realized, because one would like to understand, when it was rolled out the very first year, what were the objectives?
Yes.
And how far have we come in terms of meeting those objectives?
Fabulous. So when this conference was conceived, the idea was, like I mentioned, providing information to Ugandans about where the oil and gas sector is at, and also giving opportunities, providing the opportunities out there, as well as a platform for networking, for Ugandan companies to be able to network with one another so that they can compete better, or Ugandan companies to network with foreign companies that have been coming to this conference over the years, so that they have a better chance of performing in this sector. Of course, we began at a place of, first of all, urging Ugandans, oil and gas is here, because yes, like you rightly put it, the first report came out in 1924, but actually, Oil was discovered by the colonialists in 1913. That is when they discovered, hold on, there is an anomaly here that means that we are probably seated on oil and gas resources. So it's basically to be able, so over the years, there have been discussions on local content. There have been discussions on what it takes for a Ugandan company to prepare adequately. We are talking about quality, health, safety, security, and environment, how to get those certifications. We are talking about how to access financing, because we all know that it all boils down to, do you have the money? Do you have the cash flow to do the business?
To do the job.
The capacity. We're talking about how to have the right governance structures over these years, and that has been built up. Right now, as we speak, we probably have about, of the $20 billion worth of project, you have about 7.1 billion worth of contracts already awarded. Okay? But of those, only 1.9 billion has gone to Ugandans. It's a good thing. At least 1.9 billion has gone to local content companies. That is an achievement that we are proud of. But we are not at our target of 40%. And that is what that is why we continue to do this. So that Ugandans have an opportunity to also ask the questions. Many have questions. Is the oil there? What is happening? What is going on? Now, for example, what is unique this time round is at the end of the conference, because the conference ends today, but tomorrow a group of people are going to be taking a trip to go to the Albertine and actually see for themselves. We hear that you're using silent crawling rigs because of the fragile ecosystem. And they're going to be able to visit Tilenga, visit Kingfisher, visit the surrounding areas, interact with some of the persons affected by the project, so that they are first-hand witnesses of what is happening in this sector as we rush towards fast oil.
All right, CEO, we'll be speaking a little bit more about the opportunities, but you spoke about the fact that this particular conference offers an opportunity for all stakeholders to network, and that is where the Lake Victoria Logistics Company comes in. Oil and gas is a huge logistical nightmare, so to speak. And many times Ugandan companies, in the narrative of local content that has been propped by the chamber and indeed the government, Ugandans have been told to ensure that they have the capacity to do the job. From a logistical point of view, how ready are we?
Yeah, thank you very much. And once again, Innocent Katungi from Mahathi Infra Uganda Limited, same as Lake Victoria Logistics.
Come again?
Mahathi Infra Uganda Limited. Yes. Infra. And Lake Victoria Logistics is the trade name.
Okay.
So we decided to get a name that fits within the local content, like my brother say. Yeah. So
where it is. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So what we can say first of all, in envisioning the logistical part in terms of using Lake Victoria, it's very important to look at it in two ways. One, on the benefits it brings.
That's right.
And also on the imperative side in terms of the need for environmental stewardship and logistical prudence. First of all, when you look at Lake Victoria, it offers a wide network in terms of logistics within the region. Okay. Because you look at the connection of Uganda to Kenya through Kisumu, you look at the connection of Uganda to Tanzania through Dar es Salaam, that is Mwanza. So that kind of regional connection offered by Lake Victoria is something that should be given respect in terms of logistics.
That's right.
And in this way, the first point to put forward is the environmental point of safeguarding, to make sure that this lake contains a lot of you look at ecosystem, the aquatic life, in terms of what it offers the millions of people who benefit from it. So putting in front the measures to make sure that the lake is safe, first of all, for the people who benefit from it, and then bringing in the highest technology that makes sure that whatever is done on the lake is safe, is very important. So when we bring it in terms of logistics, as what Mahathi has prepared, is that first of all, we've prepared our ships are prepared with a double hull. And by what we mean is that the tanker has another tanker outside to prepare it in such a way that fuel cannot get from the first tank to the outside tank.
There is no leakage
there is
at
no
any one
leakage.
point in time.
Completely. So the lake, because this was put forward to make sure that there is safety on the lake. And then that aside, in terms of infrastructure, we've constructed a jetty. Really, first of all, the terminal is the first in Eastern Central Africa.
Okay.
That I can guarantee you that. So the jetty is made in such a way that, because the expectation of any leakage would come in a way at a point where they are off-roading. But at that point, the jetty is prepared in such a way that there is no any leakage at that point, because of the automation system and the highest technology that has been put forward. And more to that, if anything happened, by all means, if anything happened, there is a oil spill management system that has
like a contingency plan.
Exactly, the contingency plan. There is something called a boom, which covers 2 vessels berth at the same time. So in such a way that if anything leaked, by all means, by any chance, it can easily be scooped off and it does not affect the water. So, and then there is the automation system in such a way that if it detects any leakage, any threatening leakage, everything is poured off immediately. So there is no more coming out. So in such a way, we've been able to prepare the facility to manage the logistical issues. And of course, the vessels, looking at the vessel's capacity, still in terms of logistics, that like you've asked, one vessel is 4.5 million liters. So 4.5 million liters is equivalent to 150 trucks loaded from Kisumu.
Wow.
So if we are able to load 150 trucks on one vessel in just one day, it means that we've managed a lot of pressure and traffic from Kisumu through Busia to the country. So if there is any need, any emergency need, the logistical part has been really prepared ahead of time. Yes.
I mean, those are very reassuring statements, especially to any one person who wants to make inroads, whether as an investor or any stakeholder at any one point in time. And I'm sure the chamber and all the attendant bodies have been able to either certify, but most importantly, do the assessment to ensure that it fits international standards. However, down the chain of logistics, there are people who might not have the capacity to provide the kind of technology that Mahathi Infra does, but are positioned to do business. This question, let it must be attacked by Mr. Asiimwe. How have you ensured that those who might not have or rather meet the threshold, but are able to begin business at any one point in time? Is there some measure of collaboration that should allow for the ecosystem to work so that those that have not made investments as huge as Mahathi Infra or Lake Victoria Logistics can also be part of business in a bid to achieve what you say is the 40% local content?
Yeah, so, and that is basically what, as a chamber, we are committed to doing. To building the capacity of indigenous companies to be able to participate in the sector.
That's right.
Building their capacities in various forms. Some of companies require training, Other companies require access to finance. Other companies require a big brother or someone that they can joint venture with to be able to come together, get technology, get expertise, invest here in Uganda, and then do the work in a safe way. And in a way that, like he mentioned, does take care of the environment and does respect all the entire ecosystem in which the operations are taking place. So if there is any, and there are so many interventions that have come through, there are so many institutions that have taken up training 4 companies, 4 organizations to be able to prepare them and assist them participate ably. Conferences like we are having right now provides the opportunities for networking, like I mentioned, to be able to network, to be able to build joint ventures. And, you know, being part and parcel of the Chamber of Mines and Petroleum is also one of those things, because our members have access to information, our members have access to lots of contacts and lots of inroads, whether it is into financing, whether it is into capacity, whatever is required of them in order to be able to participate in this sector ably. Okay. So yes, and we are calling upon Ugandan companies to take up these opportunities, be part and parcel of the whole ecosystem. When you look at, for example, fuel importation, okay, and we are really glad to have Lake Victoria Logistics in this whole space, coming through and investing in this space. We want to see more Ugandan companies do that, so that we can see more Ugandan registered trucks, for example, bringing product into this country, so that, you know, there should be value retention in this economy.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Let me return to Innocent Katungi. There has been a talk, especially when it comes to whether people who are investing their money in readiness for this can actually be confident that things are going to happen the way they are announced to be rolling out. The reason is that some investors will want to seek credit. And in terms of loans, that's the language that my cobbler understands very easily, in order to position themselves. How is the credit facility environment? I don't know, for your company, no doubt, you have all the money perhaps you need to do this. If you're to seek credit, it will be in the range of billions of dollars. But there are people who will be looking at the logistical tasks that you should not be undertaking, the small ones. Is there some kind of credit arrangement? I don't know whether you are at peace to even share that, and how but just give us an idea of how people can position themselves. You've already spoken about that, but I want us to be very clear. People want to do business, but if my company is not worth 250 million, that means you can't perhaps go into the catering department, you can't provide the boats for the workers who will be in the oil sector. How is this rolling out within the system? Just share something on that.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, when it comes to Mahathi, we've put up a facility of 70 million liters. Okay. So 70 million liters, like my brother was talking about, today I don't expect young OMCs, or oil marketing companies, to be again reinvesting in the same facility that is already invested in, that is in place. So what they simply do is very simple. Partner with us, and then they're already getting the storage facility. That is one. So they don't need to look for money to invest in the storage because it's already
that
there.
is taken care of.
Exactly. Yeah. They also don't need to look for money to invest in transport, because we already have a second vessel in water. We are going to commission it next month. It has the same capacity, 4.5 million liters, meaning that we shall be doing, each vessel will be doing about a maximum of 10 trips per month. So those are 20 trips. So we are looking at every trip bringing 9 million liters. So either way, I don't expect an OMC again to invest in transport. So what do? Is to have the little money just to move the product. So that the transport is covered, storage is covered. Even handling of the product within the facility is what? Is covered. So it makes it easier for them to use, for lack of a better word, like really small amount of money to invest more in a product than in the what? Than in the facility. And then when you look at also the logistics cost, the market, the general market, you can look at about $45 per cube to transport 1,000 liters from Kisumu to Kampala. That's right. And for us, we are charging $20. Then $10 for storage for 30 days. For 30 days. So meaning that we are charging $30 that includes transport and storage for 30 days. And someone is paying $45 to bring 1 cube from Kisumu to Kampala without storage. On truck, you must remove it from the truck immediately. So what we offer is way below the market can even imagine. So I'd not expect an OMC, first of all, to invest money in that. Let them invest in the smaller part of the product, and we handle the rest.
And that's a question that he should be able to help us where the opportunities lie. And when you do that, I just know, I'd rather inform you that time is not our best ally. You also do the wrap in 2 minutes.
All right. Yeah. So just to chip in on the issue of preparing Ugandan companies to access lines of credit. First of all, it's important to note that in the oil and gas sector, there are various linkages, various other sectors that benefit. So oil and gas, I'll give you an example, has lots of people, for example, in Tilenga, in Kingfisher, they need to eat. So that is agriculture.
Yeah.
You have lots of expatriates coming in, tourism.
To sleep.
Tourism is boosted. Yeah. You have infrastructure boosted, you have education. So there are many linkages into this whole sector. So for companies to be able to participate and access credit, like he was mentioning, there are various platforms that have been put in place. An example is the Stanbic Incubator. Equity Bank has another as well. You have the Industry Enhancement Center by Total that helps companies develop that capacity to access credit so that they can participate in the sector. It's important for Ugandans to know that, one, the oil in Uganda is there. Two, it is for us as Ugandans to be able to be part of the opportunities. And there are lots of opportunities. It may be providing the eggs. It may be providing personal protective equipment. It may be providing transportation for people. There are so many areas that an individual can get involved in, so many opportunities. Come to the Chamber of Mines and Petroleum. We'll give you that information for free so that you can participate. We want to see value retention in this economy.
Humphrey Asiimwe, Chief Executive Officer, Uganda Chamber of Mines and Petroleum, many thanks for that information. You have debunked pretty much some of the misinformation and the vacuums that were created within the oil and gas industry when it came to that. Many thanks to you too, Innocent Katungi, Supply and Commercial Manager at Lake Victoria Logistics. And for purposes of the local person, you said it's Mahati Infra. Thank you very much. Yes. All right, thanks, gentlemen. That will do it for the Kickstarter. Stay with us if you must. For everyone out there, it's time to tighten your belt. The conversations do continue here on Morning at NTV.